we have to talk about how influencer marketing has changed in the last 10 years. I got in super early. I was the social marketing director for Elise Paris, which was a prime manufacturer back in 2011 to 2015. So way before influencer was tried and true. I even worked with what used to be called Instabrand. I think they're Open Influence now. They were like one of the first influencer marketing companies. But really in the beginning, I was just going directly to Viners, directly to Instagram people, to YouTubers, and cutting deals. These people had millions of followers and were doing things for free product back in the day. The game really has changed. We were building long-term relationships, working with consistent influencers that owned our audience. There used to be niche accounts we were working with back in the day, and you really had an ability to do maybe 7 to 10 influencers and have a lot of horsepower in terms of they would post and grow your channels, and then you would have these really reciprocal relationships. I do think the game is really split now into two different areas. Now that we're much more mature, influencers that are doing this for a living have become very expensive if they're or they just don't understand pricing. And there's so many influencers in the game. They're slow to respond. There's so many tools. It just really evolved. So influencers go into two things. You need either creators, UGC creators, that make basically they have 10,000 followers. They're very affordable. You can cut deals with them, but you like their creative to help you make organic content. They don't even need to post it to the channels. You really just need people part of your team. Maybe it's 1 to 5, maybe it's up to 10. I'm seeing some brands do deals with advertising agencies, like smaller ones that are doing, hey, we'll guarantee you 90 pieces of creative in 90 days, and that gives you enough content for your ads to test and also gives you enough content for your organic channels. And then there's influencer deals, and these are becoming more expensive and harder to execute than they ever before, when you're seeing people at 10,000 followers asking for $2,000, at $1,000 followers asking for $2,000, and then at $1 million, people's prices are all over the map. Most people are overpricing themselves, especially in this economy, but more is really you need to have entry-level prices to build relationships with brands, and then either go for contracts, or you need to, and I'm an influencer myself, so I'm just telling you guys what I'm seeing works, having that entry-level price, kind of building relationships, getting more either 3-month contracts or yearly contracts, or if you're trying to get that one-off deal because you're just not doing a lot, and you need the money, it's just getting harder and harder for brands to justify paying that because they're not seeing the same like growth in followers from your post, especially if you go into Reels and TikTok. It's more of a content play. So taking a step back, if you're a brand, you need to think about, what do you really want to work with? Do you want to work with creators that are making you more affordable content, but maybe lots of it to help seed your organic channels? Or are you working with influencers that are more polished content creators? They're more expensive, but ultimately you want them to post to their channels for that awareness. You might be whitelisting, which is basically they give you access, or Spark ads on TikTok. They give you access to their accounts so you can run ads from them. We are seeing that do great in e-commerce and lead gen. But really know your goals and really understand what's more important. I think the creator campaigns are going to have more value in the short term to most brands where you're looking for scale of content, because it's so hard to make good content. And brands, we'll talk about this in the next section, are just really terrible now at creative, because strategies that worked even 2 years ago are really outdated on social networks, as this moves to more of a discovery engine for you page and less about your followers. Lots of brands have good followers, they've invested in years. It's more about the content winning now, so you have to really think about your strategies and either commit to that quality content or partner with creators. I've seen some really cool companies like a Morning Brew partnered with a comedian who just makes really fun stuff contextual to his audience. So lots to do. I hope you learn from that. Pick out which one makes the most sense for you. I would even start to think of creators as an extension of your creative team. That money can come from production budgets versus media budgets, or vice versa, depending on your goals. And I really think you need to look at having, whether it's 1 to 5 or 5 to 10 creators creating content for you consistently that you weave within your organic channels.